Hey, I've got a lot to talk about today, and it's almost like I don't know where to begin. But basically, I'll start off with the back's doing good. Had a couple of extremely rough weeks there, as I told you guys, those who follow. And I don't know, I feel like the tiniest bit of pain anymore. I'm already back to exercising for the past like 4 days, which feels amazing. I was really scared once I started working out to because you got to keep your core stiff and a lot of exercises, and I was wondering if it was going to stress these muscles and bring me right back to square one. It actually intimidated me, and I didn't go through that. So I gave it enough time to heal. Everything's good. I have 100% mobility, or whatever they call it. Everything's working. Everything's 100%, so I'm feeling good about that. What I'm not feeling good about is I was looking real forward to this whole situation with my back being over so I can move forward and start doing things again. I had so much downtime for like the last month of summer. It just kind of sucked. Then we ended up having so many heat waves around here. I guess it wasn't too bad because everybody was staying inside anyway. But something that's on my mind today that I just can't stop thinking about, which is not very positive, but I guess it's how you look at it, is just failure. Just constant failure. Or at least the feeling of it. Everything I feel like I've done in the past 15 years has either come to a dead end, slapped me in the face no matter how hard I worked at it. I just don't even know what to think about it. I feel like I've been failing everything I've tried to do over and over and over for years. And even though I'm getting by and I'm trying to keep this positive attitude, which I can't say it's fake because I love being happy. I love feeling good, regardless of why I'm feeling good or anything like that. I really do like to feel good. I mean, who doesn't? But it's not something that we can sustain consistently, and I think that's the mistake that I made. I feel like I want to be happy all the time, but the truth is that's not a human being. You can't just be happy all the time because we're made up of different parts, and you got to feel a little bit of everything. And lately I just feel like I've been feeling really down, and I'm not pretending to have a positive attitude because I have been happy recently, but it's like goals and accomplishments are a big part of my life. And when I look back and speak to people about the things I've done or things I've accomplished, people might not speak highly of it, but people might say, hey, at least you're trying, at least you're doing things. Some people don't even try. But to me, it's like, I always felt like if I wanted to make something happen, I can make it happen. I got the brain for it. And anymore, I'm lacking this confidence that I've never lacked before, because as I get older, I get more intimidated about being able to take care of myself financially. My financial struggles have been absurd, and it's a big part to do with having to, buy prosthetic legs in the past. The accident I got into was of no fault of mine whatsoever, and I had a hard time proving that to a jury in court, as ridiculous as that is. Being a young guy on a sport bike automatically made me the bad guy, even though to this day I can see every event that happened that day, and just the accident was ridiculous. I could have been hit like multiple times that day, and I avoided the whole situation. I don't want to get into that. The point is, that just made my mind wander for a minute, that stupid accident. The point is that I wasn't compensated with enough money to take care of myself. And when I say take care of myself, it's purchase these absurdly expensive legs. Only in recent past have they been available under insurance. A lot of people don't really understand how it works, and they didn't realize that 15 years ago, if you lost a leg and you weren't in the military or working for the government, you didn't get covered for a leg for a lifetime. In America, you got a training leg and you got one permanent leg. That's it. And they wouldn't even cover the good or the best of the time either. I had to fight them just to cover something that was mediocre. So the leg that they agreed to pay for, their one per lifetime, wasn't even up to standards as to where the technology was for the time. And that forced me to have to spend pretty much all this lawsuit money in a very short amount of time on nothing but prosthetic legs, which just left me scared because I knew that at $20,000 to $50,000 a leg every 3 to 5 years, how was I going to get by? Like, how was I going to be able to afford a life, have a family, have a wife, provide for them when I could be on crutches one day? Because, let's be realistic. Who can afford a $30,000 to $50,000 car every 3 years? There's a lot of you that can, and some of you laugh at that, but there's way more people out there that can't handle it. The average person cannot do things like that. So finally now I did get a free leg. Insurance would cover it through Obamacare, things of that nature, and the truth is I can't even explain it to you because I know nothing about it. I was in shock when I came in to my prosthesis guy and said, hey, I'm going to have to save up, X amount of dollars for this small part because I can't afford to get it any other way. And he said, no, they'll cover you for a leg. I don't even understand how it worked. Blessing in disguise, if you ask me, and now I'm walking every day. So I get to this point where I'm walking every day, things are good. My jobs in my life I've worked so hard at. Taken pride in doing my job as well. I love doing things good. I love being organized. I love business. I love the organization of business. I love, watching a system run. It's just exciting to me. And no matter what I've done or what I've tried to create or what I've tried to get into, unless I'm working as an employee for somebody else, there's no future for me. That's how I feel today, and that's why I feel like I've failed at life. I've worked so hard for the past 10 years or so to really take myself to a position where I could educate myself. I went to college. I got a 3.8 GPA. It was only a 2-year associate's degree. And then I got the bill for the associate's degree. Not that I didn't know what I was doing to myself, but I was getting student loans and things like that. And now I owe an absurd amount of money. The game plan then was to go ahead and go to school, educate myself, and then go to law school. I figured, becoming a lawyer would be the best thing ever because of what I went through and not wanting to depend on somebody else to do things for me. I'll get into that another time. I just wanted to become a lawyer for myself. And I figured it wouldn't hurt on a resume if I wanted to become a lawyer, or I know tons of lawyers that don't work as lawyers. It's just a great thing to have, to educate yourself to that level. So that was my plan, and I couldn't afford to move past an associate's degree. So I failed there. I've worked my whole life. Since I was 13 years old, lying to a place about my working papers, getting fired, and then getting a job when I actually had working papers. I was 13, 14 years old working. I always had a job. I worked at gas stations as cashiers. I worked at McDonald's when I was a kid. I have no problem with work ethic and learning. When I was real young, 18 and 19, I started managing, I guess I started in sales first for used cars, and then I ended up managing that place. And then I moved to managing a shop. I became an actor for years. Things were going really good there. I just decided it wasn't for me after the accident. It was a bit of a struggle to get around. People were being real nice to me, and I didn't want to put them in that position, so I moved away from that. Everything I've done up until this point, I've honestly failed. I'm feeling really shitty about it. I don't even know if I have anything uplifting to say about this today. I'm moving, I started vlogging just because it started making me feel better. It's not from a business point of view. But then I realized all these people that are making all this money on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, how are they doing that? I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and vlog so that I have all these videos to look back at later, show my kids later if I'm gonna have them, things like that, show family and friends when I'm older. And at the same time, all of a sudden with the monetization, I thought it would be cool to try to make a buck. I've absolutely failed at that as well. It's not going to stop me from getting on here. I didn't ever want to come on here and be like serious or get all like, just be like I'm being today. I never wanted to do this. I just wanted to keep a positive attitude, show fun things. I feel so horrible this past week or two. And it's not like, oh, I need a friend or a pat on the back. It's like, it's just beating me up here to have the energy level that I have. And people that know me know my energy level is through the roof. And to want to work, and people, you don't know this about me, but from the time I wake up in the morning to the time I go to bed, I am constantly busting my ass. I get up early, I exercise, I go to work. When I say go to work, I work from home, but I go to work, I sit here and work diligently for hours. I get up, I take my lunch, I come back, I work. I don't stop working until I fall asleep in my chair at night, by choice. For some reason, turning around and trying to watch TV or watch a movie at night just doesn't calm me down anymore. It's completely not interesting to me. It can be a good show that I enjoy, and I still have a hard time sitting there and focusing because I'm not like completing a project. I feel like I'm wasting my time. I spend enough time watching TV in my day. I'd rather make TV than watch TV. So I have all these intimidating things. I'm just struggling. I'm struggling because in my mind I'm not successful. And I'm beating myself up because I feel like at my age, not only should I be successful in a career, I should have exceeded that. I should have family. I should have this, that. And I feel like I'm just lacking in life experience. And I've always had a really great life experience up until this point. And I don't want to level off and just fade out and just get upset with life the way people do. I want to be exciting. I want to do fun things. I want to make myself smile. I want to make other people smile. I just don't know what I got to do to stay on top right now. What's really bothering me, like in the biggest way, is I don't want to go out and work for somebody as an employee. And I don't think I'm better than people. I don't think that, I can't depend on people. I feel like I've been there. I've put my time into that lifestyle for so many years. And it never paid off for me. I was always taken advantage of before I was compensated for my time. So I have a real sick taste in my mouth for someone that's only going to pay me enough to tease me a little bit to get by in life. I hate that. I think it's a horrible way to live. I don't think it's a very free way to live. I think it's a very society-driven, acceptable way to be. Job security, things like that. I respect it, but I feel like my life is over once I start working in like a particular 9-to-5 job like that. It leaves you so limited to time to actually focus on trying to build. It's just crazy to me. So the second option is to be, a small business owner and to try to do or something, offer a service for myself. I could be successful at that, and I think I could make a decent living. And there at the same time, I'm scared to get stuck in that, where it doesn't let me grow and succeed to the next step, which is having like a bigger business. When I was younger, it always appealed to me more to have the bigger business, like 500 plus employees with a system of efforts that's running, and just building a big business and just watching it grow and watching it run, and then, probably letting it go and selling it and starting all over again. Like that was more interesting to me than being an employee. I'd rather, make employees' lives. There's people out there that want to be an employee. The job security type people want to be an employee, and I understand that. And there's nothing wrong with that lifestyle. It just scares the shit out of me. It's just not for me. I have sacrificed many times over in my life to try to be successful in other ways, and I have failed and failed and failed. And I'm not going to give up. But I needed to talk this out because I don't have anyone close to me to talk this type of thing out with. So I chose to talk to you, and I don't even know who you are, some of you, but it's making me feel better to get it off my chest. It's making me feel better to talk it out right now, and I'm assuming there's other people that have to be going through things like this in their life. And if you do, give me some advice. If you've watched through, this far and you're interested at all, let me know, what it is I can do to better myself. How does a person with no capital, with no money, really become an entrepreneur. Like, how do I make it? If I have the ability and the brain and I don't have the money, go see investors. I understand. So that's like the top tier to the business, to be the investor. That's the ultimate goal. And I'm not even going to get into it, but that's my ultimate goal. You become an investor and then you pick and choose, what businesses you want to make money in by, But how do you get to that point when you start off at such a low level? I have no idea. I'm clueless. And I think that's what's got me stuck and frustrated. I'm tired of not having a full fridge. I'm tired of not being able to feed myself in a bountiful way. And I don't mean that, stuck up, because if I grabbed the camera and show you my fridge right now, you would laugh. There's not much to eat here, and I'm not out eating out either. I'm just, making ends meet, getting by, trying to have a little bit of savings so I don't have to sweat the smaller stuff. But it's like, I don't know if it's like the OCD or my emotions. I'm just like, I'm feeling completely stuck these days. I have the tiniest bit of money, but it's not enough to really get a business going. It's really only been enough to maintain. I haven't been able to save. I've built so many small things that could be great that I watch people profit from, and I don't know how to make them profit, which, I never assumed I knew everything. I know that there's tons of stuff I don't know, but I never thought it'd be so difficult to get something going. I always thought building and actually doing the project was the hard part, but I've done that so many times over and produced something, and still, I guess I just don't know the business end. So here I am stuck. The newest thing that makes me feel good is shooting video and editing video, but I have an opportunity right now to capitalize on that, and I'm feeling intimidated. Do I want to do it? Absolutely. Do I have the ability to do it? Absolutely. Do I have the equipment to be professional and guarantee to turn out a great product every time? I certainly do not. I do not. I'm working with GoPros and in my phone, and I'm using things like these for cameras. I don't have professional equipment. I don't have microphones. I don't have stuff to set up for events. I am intimidated. I'm less than a week away from having to make a decision, and it's a huge decision, and it's scaring the shit out of me. That being said, if you made it this far, give me some advice if you got it. Give a thumbs up. And I'm checking out my analytics lately, and I see there's tons of people that actually watch my videos that aren't subscribed to my channel at all. If you're one of those, follow me. It would help me out. I appreciate the support. I'll give an update as to how I'm feeling and decisions I make. I'm not going to disappear from the YouTube channel just because I'm not feeling good. Everybody goes through not feeling good and deals with it their own way. I'm dealing with it by sharing it with you. I have friends, I have family, I have leaned on them all too much in the past, and I don't feel like I have anyone I can really talk to or get advice from. And I mean no disrespect to anyone watching right now, friends or family, that feel like that's rude, because it's not where I'm coming from today. It's not what it's about. It's honestly about, I'm just not feeling like myself, and I needed to get some things off my chest. And I hope you don't guys, hope you guys don't mind me sharing. I hope, whatever, I appreciate you listening, and I'll talk to you guys soon.